Cha cha cha.
Oh my god. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm just recording.
Okay. Alright, here we go. You think he'll recognize me?
Maybe not.
Oh god. Knock, knock. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Look at this guy.
Are we allowed to hug? Is that okay? Can we do
I
that?
feel like we can hug.
Oh man.
Aww.
It's so good to see
It
you.
feels so good.
Holy
Wow.
hell. Alright. I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Yeah, I think you should.
You got a wild beard right now.
I smashed my face off an outdoor pull-up bar the other day and it still hurts.
Did you get fucking high and decide to cut your beard again? You idiot.
Oh, boom, we should jam sometime. Back and in person.
We're live.
We're live.
Wow. I actually haven't done a We Should Jam Sometime as a host, with you here.
Yep.
Which is incredible. This is a groundbreaking moment.
Dude, we're just breaking barriers in the We Should Jam Sometime camp.
Yeah. And we're in the same room. We're probably not even 6 feet apart right now.
No.
It's incredible. We're like handshaking distance right now.
This is gonna get us
my
canceled.
God.
And to think if they saw us make out when you got in here, we'd be really in trouble.
I gotta sanitize now, actually.
Oh.
Really quick. Sorry, guys. The audio only people are really confused.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
That was really good.
We're good to go.
That was a good bit. Yeah. All right.
Peach.
I don't know where we go from here.
But yeah, so we're doing the podcast in the same room now, finally.
Yep.
And,
Phase 2 has begun.
So realistically, this is no longer the isolation tapes.
It's not, and which is good. Which is a perfect transition because we're getting ready to drop the isolation tapes name, and it's going to be just We Should Jam Sometime again.
Hell yeah.
And we'll go from there. Will it be season 4? I don't know. Have I been arbitrarily changing the seasons as I go? Absolutely.
Have there even really been seasons? Probably not.
Not really, but it's just been I did the podcast and then I'd stopped doing it for a while and then I started again. New season. And I think that's how TV works. They just get bored of shooting and they take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, or like someone turns out to be really difficult to work with and they fire them and they're like, well.
Yeah, like Charlie Sheen has tiger blood and they have to, and then they have to hire Kelso to fill in the gaps.
Katherine Heigl's just a total bitch.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the right actress, but the chick from House or
yeah,
what
I'm
is it?
pretty
Or
sure-
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, which I'm pretty sure is still in the air for some reason.
For some reason, yeah.
Hey, you know a show should be canceled when my mom gets tired of watching it.
Yeah, for real, dude. That's like The Walking Dead for my mom. Like, I remember she was like almost in tears when she was like, The Walking Dead isn't good anymore. And I was like, I know,
Yeah,
Mom.
like, yeah,
it hasn't been good for 4 seasons.
They're supposed to stop doing the shows before they get bad.
For real. It's like, what's that Dark Knight quote? I wanted to use it, but the moment's passed.
I don't know.
Live long enough to become the villain or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit, whatever.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
I haven't watched it in too long.
I don't watch superhero movies. I actually go to my way to not watch them.
Excuse me?
Yeah, dude,
Like,
not
just not at
into it.
all.
Hot take, don't like them.
Whoa, okay.
Yep. And it's Julia loves them.
Yeah,
And
okay. Well, so at least there's someone with good taste in this house.
What?
I'm
Dude,
joking,
most
but...
most of
I
her
found a
taste is
quote.
what?
Oh, the
I
quote,
found
yeah.
the quote.
The direct quote.
Yes, it's you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Walking Dead, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, dude, I just don't fuck with superhero movies. Like,
It's the worst.
That's like fair, but I mean, like Infinity War was incredible.
wouldn't know.
But no.
I wouldn't know. I would.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
you said, but no. I was like, fucking, all right then. Sick.
No, dude, I don't. What, this guy's collecting colorful stones? Cute hobby.
Oh my God. Just kick a man while he's down.
Dude, it's too much movie to watch.
That movie and what's the second one?
Well, do you have to watch them all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do.
we'll see.
Actually, so that's a funny. So I took a girl to see the last one. What the fuck is it called? There's
Endgame?
Endgame.
Endgame. Yes, thank you. It's so useful to have a Jamie on
Yeah.
the site right
Yeah,
now.
this
It's
is better.
amazing.
This is better.
Thank you, Julia. But yeah, so I went to see Endgame as a date, and it was like, I need someone to see Endgame with. Like, you got to come with me. And she was like, okay, like, what's it about? And I was like, you're going to be in a lot of trouble here. So I was like, I'll try to fill you in wherever. But I mean, like, really, you got to watch at least the one just before this. And she was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, like, we get in there and, like, right off the bat, like, it's like Tony Stark in a spaceship at the very beginning. She goes, who's that guy?
Oh, no.
And I just went, this is going to be a really long movie.
Yeah.
You sure?
Doesn't
you
even know
do
who
that?
Iron Man is. What the hell?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's Iron Man and it's Gamora and the blue chick. I forget what the fuck a blue chick's name is, but it's her. And she goes, "Who's that chick?" And I went like, "That's really complicated question, actually." It's like she was a bad guy for a long time, and now she's like a good guy, and she's Thanos' daughter too. So like, it gets pretty wild. And she was like, "Well, can you not just like explain it?" I was like, "The movie is on right now."
Yeah.
And like and she went like, well, I just don't understand why you can't explain it. I was like, because there's literally 23 movies to watch.
Yeah.
Like 23, I might be wrong on that, but it's like an absurd amount of movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she genuinely fell asleep during the end battle, the best part of the entire movie.
Oh, she didn't even watch the battle.
Yeah, like actually, I think it was like one of those comical moments where like Tony Stark was dying and everyone in the theater is just in tears. I literally just heard,
Yeah.
like, genuinely, I was like, oh my god, you're gotta be kidding me.
That's hilarious.
I remember hearing a snore though, at the very least.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing is like I heard Iron Man died, and I
Spoiler.
just wasn't
It was 2 years
emotionally
ago, I'm pretty
attached.
sure. So you guys are screwed.
Yeah. That was yeah. I mean, statute of limitations or whatever.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. I just don't care.
That's fair. Well, like if you were to pick like a subgenre of movies to watch, then
Rom-coms probably.
that's fair. I fuck with the rom.
Just horrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seth Rogen movies.
dude. Hell yeah.
Here's
Seth
the thing,
Rogen
like I'm
movies.
very open with the fact that like my movie taste is like fucking not good.
Okay, so you at me when I'm like someone has good taste, but then you're like, yeah, no, my taste's pretty shit.
Yeah, my movie taste is absolutely horrible. I just like watching bad movies.
I like watching bad movies too, especially when I know they're bad movies going into it.
But not I mean like well, when we first moved into the Babe Cave, we like had a whole thing where we had like marathons of like the actual bad movies. Like we watched The Room and Trolls 2.
I haven't watched either of those actually.
Trolls.
I
That
know
bird
everything
one.
that happens. In
Yeah, the
them.
Birdemic. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Birdemic?
So
Oh,
Birdemic.
dude,
it's so good.
it's
What?
actually
Who's in this?
nobody.
idea.
You know?
Nobody,
Actually, I
okay.
think the leading actress is actually like maybe somebody you know. Dude, this movie's so bad. There's a second part too, but it's not like so. The Room is like bad, but you can watch it and be like, this is not a good movie, but it's like hilarious.
Yeah, it's
and
so
same
bad,
with
it's good.
same with Trolls too. Birdemic is only like
Whitney Moore.
is maybe like 90.
No idea. I know Mandy Moore.
You might know her if you saw her.
Is it
But-
Mandy Moore's like goofy cousin?
Maybe.
Probably.
But the movie's only like 90 minutes or whatever. Look up how long Birdemic is. But it feels like it's 4 hours long.
Oh my god.
And literally there's an opening scene of this guy driving.
Nope. I do not know who that is.
Okay, whatever. But and the opening scene of him driving is like 5 minutes long. And nothing happens in it. It's just him driving. And there's like really horrible like ADR and like the room tones aren't ever the same. And,
my
like,
God, that's
and then they
awful.
have like CGI birds, but the birds face like outwards all the time.
Oh, no.
And then they have to fucking like attack.
I feel
them.
actually, you know what?
It's
I feel
so
like
bad.
when I was in my slum of Mojo countdowns, I may have seen something about this movie.
Yeah, it was bad. Oh yeah. Watch
Oh
Mojo
man, I watched
Countdowns.
so many Mojo
Yeah.
countdowns.
And
No
then-
sponsor.
And then your YouTube. Yeah, so that's like
Yeah,
that's the
I've
angle
seen that
they're at.
shot. Yeah, for sure.
I think the whole thing is they just like they slide through and like slit your throat somehow.
Oh my god,
It's so bad.
that's awful.
Oh, Julia showed me a video the other day of this. It was like a TV show or something, and the guy's like, oh, hey, mom and dad. And then it like pans over to the mom and dad at a car. And then it pans back to him. And there's an explosion. And then it pans back to the explosion. And there's a note that there's supposed to be VFX fire. But it just says like VFX insert fire. Over top of the car.
I gotta see that.
I'll try to look for it right
Oh
now.
my god. No
and
way.
And then it cuts to the guy just being like, no.
Oh no. That is awful.
Yeah, I'm like, that's like how that got through like any kind of editing.
Wow,
is
yeah. How
hilarious.
the hell does that slip by? Jesus. I was gonna ask you. So, are there any movies that were so bad you genuinely had to stop halfway through?
Honestly, like I don't stop movies. Birdemic would be the one, but like there was like 5 of us committed to watching that movie.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've
there's
ever
no
been
way.
like
The
I'm
Swan
not.
Princess.
What's
It's
that?
a terrible old Disney
The
movie.
Swan Princess.
But I continued it.
Yeah,
'cause I
but
wanted to
dude,
see what happened.
Julia watches some horrible
I believe
shit. Dude, last year before she was working, I would come home every day and she like I got to the point where I was like, I don't even want you watching this anymore. This is like so bad.
You need to stop this.
It was this like mermaid, like Australian
H2O.
mermaid show.
Oh no, that was Mako Island.
Yeah, see,
fucking
there was
good.
Mango Island.
Mako Island.
Mako Island.
Yeah.
And
they were these- They were these
scrumdiddlyumptious.
women that like, or these girls that like went into some fucking.
They were teenage girls who ended up at an island across from the city that they live in. And then they went under this thing and you can only swim in it. No, sorry. They
God.
fell in this hole
I'm
where
already
they
lost.
found a pool. And then they jumped into the pool and it was a full moon and they became mermaids.
Yeah, horrible TV.
So good.
And I was like, I don't even want this. Like, I feel like my Xbox has like a disease now.
Yeah, for real.
It's
We
like,
gotta
don't-
replace this
Don't
thing.
watch this show.
There was like it was like the scary movie equivalent of like some football movie that I had
don't
to.
know if I've seen that.
It's like I don't know the actor's name. I don't think anyone fucking does. It's like the guy. He's got like the bald on top and like hair all the way around, and he's got like the southern accent. He's one of the anchors in Anchorman.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Oh, he's like Packer on The Office.
Yes.
Okay.
That guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like one of the main actors in it, right? He's like one of the stars, which tells you how fucking prestigious this cast is. And yeah, I remember like, and I was like a kid too. I think I was like 12 or 13, where so like stupid shit would make me laugh. And I remember like there was like a song and dance thing halfway through the movie, and I literally was like, no, done. I'm trying to think of any other movies that
Dude, I won't do musicals
stopped.
with the exception of Sweeney Todd. I like that movie.
I think I've watched all of Sweeney Todd. I've definitely started Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, I did a project on. We had like a composer's project, and I did Stephen Sondheim because I thought like somehow it was like dude, this guy's like fucking did like all the lyrics and shit, and I was like, I'll write songs, but it didn't do anything. I was in grade 11, and I was like, this will make me a better songwriter, but
Well,
it didn't. But it was
it definitely did.
But it was cool. It was a good project, but
I can fuck with some music.
Was it the comebacks?
Yes, it was the comebacks, and I hope that movie never comes back ever.
From 2007.
2007, yeah. So I would have been in the 7th grade. Well, to get topical, so this might date the episode, but this is the weekend that patios are now opening in London.
yes. Which I was gonna before you did your whole Purell thing. I was gonna say we're doing it in person because it's not worth going to a patio with
Right.
the current restrictions.
Right. Which, yeah, I saw that patios were opening. Actually, it's kind of a story thing. So I matched with someone on Tinder
Nice.
to make it exciting.
Nice.
I matched with someone on Tinder, and which was like a while back, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll message this person to see what's up. And I was like, what line do you even use during a pandemic,
Yeah,
right? It's like,
yeah.
hey, you got any plans like 4 months from now, right? And I was going to send that, and then I was just like, oh, yeah, the patios are open, so I guess I really can't even use that line because we could technically go somewhere.
Yeah.
But then also they're not doing reservations, and you would assume they're going to fill up crazy fast.
Well, Barney's is doing reservations.
They are?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do you not know the Barney's rules?
No, I've never
Oh,
actually
okay.
been
Me
to
neither.
Barney's.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you're
Maybe
actually
we're gonna
from
hit it up
London.
this summer.
Maybe, yeah. So Barney's
us
in
at
London,
Barney's on
allegedly is like a very popular patio in the city of London. But from what I understand, the rules are you have to make a reservation, like I think like a day in advance. You have a 10-minute grace period on your reservation, so you can only show up 5 minutes before, and then I think it's like 5 minutes after or whatever.
Right.
You have to show up with your entire crew of people at the same time. You can't have like stragglers, and then it's like no, like basically you have to sit down and fucking sit down until you're done. Like you can't, like,
you cannot get up.
it's like no bar service or anything, and like yeah, and apparently Drake was telling me like the tip is included in your bill and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know, but like I think like Winks is like first come first serve.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw because I mean, Winks is my jam, and yeah, they said no reservations. They're gonna have like buffer zone tables,
Yeah.
and everything like that. So I mean, it's half capacity. So I mean, like I would like to go out and get a beer, but at the same time, it's like I would rather just have like a couple people come over to my place.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cheaper that way. But I mean, you know. Rock and Roll Bingo's been happening to support that place, but I mean, I want to support too.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love that bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, patio's opening up this weekend. Look
Yeah,
out.
it's like I guess I'm shitty too to be like, oh, they're open, but like fuck the rules.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
It's also like
Exactly.
I guess it's necessary to I don't know. It's the whole stage thing.
Yeah,
But-
I think people are gonna. I would like to think that people are gonna show up and like here's the thing: are people gonna show up on the patio and be wearing masks still?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, like everyone's gonna be consuming shit, right? They can't be wearing a mask the whole time. But I mean, like when you go to the grocery store, people are still gonna be handing out masks and shit.
Yeah.
So it's such a strange juxtaposition.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, man, the mask thing is probably just gonna be like part of this society for like a while.
Yeah, I would expect it to be.
Yeah.
I would like to think it will be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I mean, yeah, I don't know. Probably be cool, and then the fall will come around, and then COVID will be like, "Hey, I'm back."
Yeah, for real. I hope it doesn't come back in the fall because I'd like to
Dude.
go, see a show maybe this year.
Just one show.
One
Show in 2020. We played one show in 2020, and that's it would be a shame if it was the last show we ever played.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I was talking to my dad about this the other day. Because what was it? I was watching. It was like a PGA event where it was like Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson were playing golf with fucking Tom Brady and like some other guy, and I mean I'll watch TV whenever I go to my parents' place because I'm like, holy fuck, what are commercials like right now?
Yeah.
Because I don't have cable.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what commercials are going on. Like usually with my luck, I'll go over and I'll be watching it. And it's like Steven Tyler's in a fucking Yelp commercial, and I'm like, holy fuck. But so I'm watching TV, and then it was, I forget, it might have been Apple or something, but it was like all these artists that are like working from home, and like the commercial made it seem like we're thriving
Right.
at home, and I just lost my shit. I was just like, as if they're trying to make it seem like this is ideal for us. Like we can just sit at home. It's like, oh well, we can just fucking sit at home and wait for the pizza guy to show up, and then just like record a demo and go to bed at 4. Like what the fuck, man? Like this sucks. And then I was like, I've played like 3 shows this year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I was just thinking about it now. I did. There was one with, I'm pretty sure they were all with Serena. One Western Fairgrounds. I did that one Rum Runners one with Esther's family.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last one.
Yeah. Well, that was like February or something.
Yeah. I based this all entirely off of Instagram. Because, I mean, usually there's got to be some hype up post on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think it was only 2 shows all year.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too
And
bad.
I'm pretty sure I played fucking Summer of '69 at one of them.
You definitely did. That one goes deep, people.
What the fuck?
That one goes deep, people. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
You think we're gonna play any shows this year? I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think we will.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a priority.
I think
unfortunately.
busking could be possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, do I want everyone's cash in my fucking case.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You just gotta set up like a
Set up a sign for e-transfer.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, you just have your phone out and then people can just like slide their fucking credit card through.
It'd be like that Justin Timberlake movie where like you can just like transfer me time. You know, just walking by and like I'll just have like a fucking number. It's like I have no money.
Yeah.
Give me money.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd like to try busking this year. That'd be fun. Have you ever done that before?
No, never busked. No.
I
don't do
kind
stuff
of
like that.
Yeah, I did the bar gig deal for a long time, and then I remember there was one day we started trying to do like electric nights at Star Billiards one time, and I had my guitar case, and I just bought a pocket amp for the first time, and I was so stoked on it that I wanted to bring it everywhere, and I was gonna show everyone at the bar, like, check out this fucking stupid toy I bought. And Star wasn't open for some reason at that point, so I just went and hung out at the market, and I think it was like Mariana's Trench or some shit. We're playing across the street at Bug Gardens.
Okay.
So there's this huge line of people, and I think I was like 19. I was just like, I'm just gonna like plug in my guitar and fucking like busk.
Yeah.
You know? And like I think someone gave me like $1 or some shit, but I was just like fucking literally just playing guitar. And I was like, man, like if I was like in a busy street corner or whatever, and like people were walking by and I was like singing shit, I feel like I could make a couple bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
I've always been afraid of it because like I've heard that you need like a permit or some shit.
I think you might. I've heard that too. I know like Spinny. Have you ever met Spinny?
No, I don't think so. That name sounds familiar.
What band? He plays in Kavara. He plays bass in Kavara.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, you don't know who they're like a London band. You don't know Kavara?
I don't know everyone.
It's okay. I just feel like you should fucking know
Busted.
it. It's okay. Anyway, I went to MIA with him, and there was like a whole thing that he was in MIA for like 5 years, like intentionally. Like he just like kept.
He just didn't want to leave.
Yeah. He just like kept making it happen. But he like also plays the didgeridoo, and he would just go down.
Oh wait, is he the didge guy in front of Little Caesars?
No, maybe, but he would always play in front of the fucking toboggan, and at
yeah, it
2
was just
a.m.
right down the street from the fucking.
It's like in between jacks.
If he's the fucking didge guy, that guy's like a fucking like local legend.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's probably the same guy. I've never seen him play like the Little Caesars by the LCBO on Oxford.
No, I mean the Little Caesar. Well, it's not Little Caesar anymore. It's that Garfield restaurant.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
But it's like right beside Toboggan.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, right downtown.
Then yes.
That's fucking
yeah.
wild.
Because he'd always go there at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because of like jacks and stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then you get like drunk college kids being like, "What's that?
Yeah.
Wild! Here's my money."
Yeah. Did he have crazy long hair at one point? Or no, he wears like a fucking fisher hat, like a fisherman's hat.
Yeah. He's got like a really long beard.
Yeah, I've seen this guy a million times.
He's a nice dude. Shout out Spinny. He's a good guy.
Definitely. Actually, that reminds me. So there's a friend of mine that he does like a cajon out front of Jack's, I think, every now and again.
Yeah.
And I remember Wally and I, like all of his like old college buddies were going to Jack's. They're all a bunch of hockey player dudes. And I showed up at the house. They're like, "We're all going to Jack's." And Riley was like, "I'm not going to fucking Jack's." And I was like, I kind of want to go.
Yeah.
Like I like going like in an ironic. I'm like, I want to see what's going on.
Yeah,
you know, like what's up in the world.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, what is going on in the world? Julia's gone to Jack's a million times.
Yeah, Julia fucking loves that.
Julia
place.
loves
Jack's.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
So my buddy was playing. At least he played that night. But I know he busks with a cajon every now and again. And of course, we walked out of Jack's as most people walk out of Jack's, absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
When did you go to Jack's?
It was like 2 winters ago or some shit
I don't
like
think
that.
it was
Or maybe last winter, whenever I was with Basic White and we went to Jack's.
Yeah.
And fucking
Whatever
I was
that
wearing the fucking Freddy Krueger sweater. The only reason I remember this is because of what followed was we saw my buddy was playing cajon and a bunch of people started dancing around the guy playing cajon. So I started dancing around too. And then some motherfucker filmed that shit. Put it on Instagram and tagged Canadian Party Life.
Oh no.
You know that Instagram
Yeah.
channel? So I wound up on there and I am so drunk and I walk straight up to the camera and I said something like, it's free and it's easy, baby. Or some shit like that. And yeah, I was like,
Oh my
fucking
God.
Canada Party. Like, I think I woke up that next day so hungover with like 60 fucking notifications of people just being like, dude, you're on Canadian Party Life.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, no. And
We gotta find that
saying
video.
the stupidest possible thing.
Private.
Yeah, of course they are. Follow them.
They're
and
private,
find
but
them.
it was their story. So I remember
Wow.
I messaged them at one point because I was like, I need this fucking footage.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm the guy from Jack's on. I don't know if I had the date. I should have the date actually. I went through my DMs. I would get it, but I was like, I'm the guy that said it's free and it's easy, baby, in the Freddy Krueger sweater. And I don't think they ever got back. Fucking
God
guys.
damn it. Fuck.
Get back to me, Canadian Party Life. We're gonna put it on this fucking podcast if we can.
Yeah. Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. Send us some solo cups.
Also, Molson
So-
Canadian, sponsor us.
NHL. I don't know if you're doing so hot lately.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe just stick to you
Maybe
right
just
now.
whatever. Really, any beer company, but if you're another beer company and you want to sponsor us, I'll get rid of this and I'll drink your beer. It's fine.
I think we mentioned Toboggan like 60 times.
Yeah,
in this, so
Toboggan.
Toboggan, that'd be sick.
Yeah, man.
I've actually played there several times.
Or
And
like,
it's a
dude,
fantastic
there's-
establishment.
There's a few breweries in this town that I would be okay
Yeah,
with. a
London Brewing
sponsorship.
Co-op's like one of my faves.
Yeah,
And they have great musicians play there all the time too. And I've also played there.
God damn, we haven't played there, but we will.
It's a good time.
And we'll.
It sounds really good considering the fact that it's like genuinely like a concrete room.
Yeah.
And there's huge metal vats in the back. Like it's an actual brewery. And it sounded fantastic. Kyle Ashbourne did sound for us that night, like
Oh,
live
dude,
sound, and it
Kyle.
sounded awesome.
Kyle, how are you, buddy? I miss
Yeah,
you.
we miss you, dude.
Miss you, Kyle. Actually, he's working now. Studios are open.
Studios are open, patios are open.
Fucking. Unless you live in Hamilton or the GTA.
Unless you live basically anywhere
Yeah,
else.
Anywhere else.
Are studios not open in the GTA?
I don't know, but I know like phase
Pat-
2 didn't apply to like a lot of that area.
What else is included in phase 2 aside from patios?
I don't know. Dentist. My mom's working again.
Okay.
She works for a dentist. Although
An eye
like
doctor.
it's a pain in the ass though. I feel
Yeah.
bad for
To
her.
get an appointment. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I got a call from my dentist the other day, and it was like an unlisted number because I just didn't have it saved, and so I texted. I was like, "Sorry, I can't answer your call. Like, like working right now. Send." And then it was just like, "Your message has been sent to a landline,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, I just texted my dentist's
Yeah.
office. My bad."
Yeah, there's just like they gotta. I mean, it's just safety precautions, but my mom has to screen everybody like 4 times before they can even like get in the chair, and then just like the amount of like washing and shit and like cleansing you have to do afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
For real. Well, I mean, phase 2 luckily includes this podcast. So hopefully we're going to be able to do a few more of these in person. I'm sure we'll still be doing the remote thing because, I mean, it's pretty convenient for...
Yeah, I feel like
two of
with
us.
guests we might just do remote still.
Yeah. And
It's
I mean,
nice and
we
easy.
still got a couple more that we got to roll out, but I'm enjoying this format a lot more.
Yeah, man, it's nice to just be in the company of people other than Julia.
Mm-hmm.
it's nice.
It's nice to be in the company of Julia for me, for a change.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know? We Should Jam Sometime has 50% less phone call interruptions, 100% more handshakes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's like. The just listening back, it's like, man, just the unfortunate like phone call interruption.
I know, yeah.
It's just part of the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And I do kind of wish I left the Bob pause in there. There's this great when
Oh
we did
my
the Bob
God.
interview. I cut it down, but Bob and I were talking over each other. Then we both stopped, and it was like 8 seconds of just silence.
The longest 8 seconds I've ever heard in my life. You sent me like a Snapchat of it, and like it took like the whole bar. And I remember it's like, who's talking?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Incredible.
Ridiculous. Dude, my boss texted me today and called me today when we were done. And I was like, yeah, I'm fucking finished. And I had like a shitty route today. And he's like, hey, so like how was your day? And I was like, it was good. I was like, the last 4 properties they gave me were like huge. And I'm like, this would have been dope if it was reversed. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry. And then he's like, so listen though, it was like 4. He's like, so do you want to go home or do you want to go help somebody? And I was like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
leave.
yeah, for sure. I totally get that. He's like, go home.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Hell yes.
I was like, I don't even feel bad.
Yeah, I know that one of my coworkers listens to this now, but I don't give a shit. I'm gonna vent a tiny bit. I caught wind today, because I've been doing 4 days, 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
For about a year now, ever since I started working where I am now, and I love it. I love having a 4-day work week. I've been reading articles that people are considering switching to a 4-day work week because of all the pandemic shit.
Yeah, I would love
And
that.
I would never go back. But then I was at work today, and like Fridays are an optional day, which
Right.
today is Friday for people that are listening, not on a Friday. And so we were doing like our overtime day, our extra day, and my supervisor comes up and he says, yeah, so Tony's thinking about going to 5 days, 9-hour shifts. And I was like, why the fuck would we do that?
Yeah.
That makes like no sense. So I'm going to work less hours,
Yeah.
more days.
Yeah,
know?
that sucks.
You know, like what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to work Fridays, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, he wants me to go up to like a full operator,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like, I'm down to take on the extra responsibility because I mean, there's more pay involved too.
Yeah.
But I mean, he wants me to step up to operator so these extra like this shift change can happen, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to learn it now.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe I should just not.
If I
do
can
it.
just not do that, that'd be fucking great.
Tony, if you're listening, I'm gonna learn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was the news from today, and I was just like, well, that's like for like 2 hours. I was just like, well, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was just like so mad. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, there's
But-
been like a couple instances lately where I've been like, just get myself so worked up, like ready for a fight
yeah.
at work, and then like it just works out, and then everybody's really. You ever been like so pissed, and you're like, I'm just gonna fucking say whatever I want. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
And then you go in, and then like your bosses or whatever, like, yeah, hey man, like whatever you need, like just let me know.
They're
and
just
then you're like,
super
but
cool
I'm
about
fucking
it.
mad at you though.
Yeah, dude.
Then you're
Yeah,
like-
well, but fuck you still. Yeah, 100%. That happens to me. I wind up having to apologize to Jazzy like at least 3 times a fucking
Oh,
day.
man.
I'm like, dude, like I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm so sorry. I'm just like pissed off, or like a tape gun won't work, and I'm like, fucking just yeet it across the room, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I had a thing yesterday where I for sure could have got like in trouble for this, but there's like too many supervisors at my work, but he like misspoke. So like just to get the boring shit away, there's like a regular like 200-gallon tank on the trucks, and then there was a 100-gallon tank. But now we're getting to the point where we don't need the 100-gallon tank. So
Right.
they're like, whenever it's safe to do so, empty the 100 into the 200 and then get rid of the 100. So the day before I wasn't safe yet, so I was like, I'll do one more day of work and then I can empty it. And I get to work yesterday, and then my one supervisor was like, yeah, make sure you take that, like you need to take your tank off the truck. And I was like, yeah, I know. I wasn't able to empty it or
Right.
whatever. And he's like, what? And he like looks at me like, or like I perceive this like that he looks at me like I'm an idiot. And I was like, I couldn't empty it, so like probably today. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then I go, hey man, I'm not an idiot. I
Yeah.
understand that it needs to be like, and it's like 6:30 in the morning. And then he's like, no, I'm not saying that you're an idiot. And then he's like, oh, I emptied your tank. You just have to take it off. And then I'm like, oh, well, yeah, if you said that. And then like I would, and then he's like, I'm sorry if I like made you feel that way. And I was like,
no.
for sure, you could be mad at me for just being
Yeah,
like,
I've definitely
I'm not
had
an
those.
idiot, man. Like,
You just blow the fuck up, and they're like, no, dude, like you can go for lunch now. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And it's like, oh man,
you're like, I'm sorry.
my bad.
Yeah.
I'm actually a prick.
Yeah.
I've had those too, like just like that, where it's like 6 in the morning and you walk in and it's just like something might be fucked up, or you think something's fucked up and it's not. You just fucking lose your mind, and they're like, yo, man, everything's actually completely fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm sorry
My
then.
bad, Dan.
My bad.
Yeah, I've had last night I was at the Dime House and we were talking about customer problems, and then Carl was like, yeah, I think this whole like customer's always right thing is like seeming to die with our generation. And I was like, yeah, because they're like almost always wrong.
Because they're never
Yeah.
fucking right,
and
ever.
I was like, I've had 2 instances this week where I for sure could get in trouble, and like my work both, well, like the one time it wasn't actually a big deal. Like, it was like a similar situation where the guy comes out and he's like, yeah, I just got my my driveway re-tarmac. He's like, so don't get any product on it. And I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, man, no worries. And like I point at the other side of his house, and I'm like, is there a gate I can use on that side of the house then? And he looks at me and he goes, no, the gate's right there. Just don't get any product. And I go, yeah, I can see that you have a gate right there.
Is there another one?
And then he was like, oh yeah, no, it's all good though. You can go on this. And I was like, that was so out of line for me to be like, hey man, I see the gate. Are you
like if I wasn't being paid to be nice to you right now, I would literally tell you to fuck your own face.
It was like right on the line of like, this guy could totally be like, are you fucking talking to me like that right now?
Oh,
I was
man.
like, whatever. And
Hey, just real quick question. Do you want to fucking fight me right now?
oh,
you want to like fucking catch these hands or what's the deal? Like,
dude, the guy came out in his sock feet. He was not ready for a fight.
wearing fucking socks. Hey, can you not get to fucking launch shit on my fucking driveway? Yeah, like I'm real fucking scared. Yeah, right on.
Dude, I had another lady telling me that she was going to cancel. Telling me that she was happy with the service but was going to cancel because she was getting mixed up messages. And I was just like, yeah, okay. She was like, sure. She just kept giving me shit about what I was doing. And I was like,
she just wants free shit.
Yeah, and I was like, that's how you do it. And then she was like, why'd you put more product over here? And I was like, because you have more weeds over there. And she was like, I don't know, I think I've made up my mind, I think I'm gonna cancel next year. And I was like, yeah, okay,
sure, dude.
and then I like finish and I leave, and then I wrote on the invoice, I wrote never, and like underlined it,
yeah,
book me here again. And like I have like a pretty good relationship with the office girl, so I called the next day and I was like, hey, my note on the invoice is pretty aggressive. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I would just prefer not to go there. And then I like don't even really get to finish. And the office girl's like, no, I was on the phone with that lady for like 25 minutes after you there the other day. She was like, I hope she cancels. Like, fuck this lady. And, and then I was like, yeah, she told me she was gonna cancel, and I just said, yeah, okay. And then Jenna starts laughing and she goes, yeah, she said that you said that. I was like, well, I did. That's what I said. I don't care.
He didn't seem to care at all that I'm going to be canceling my service. Yeah, he probably didn't give a fuck, honestly.
Like, we service like thousands of customers. It's fine that we're going to lose you.
Yeah, Karen, honestly, he probably doesn't care.
That's the other thing is like, people are like, I won't use your establishment anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's fine. Lots of people use it. So if we're going to get rid of you.
We have no shortage of customers. There are plenty of other services just like us.
And please tell the story exactly like how it happened, because nobody you tell is going to be on your side.
Yeah, exactly. Every other lawn company is going to fucking agree with us too.
You ever have that too, where like a buddy or like a family member's like, you're not going to believe what happened to me. And as they're telling the story, like, you're the asshole.
Sounds like you're a prick. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. You know what the ironic part is that I have an aunt named Karen. Nice. And she is like the least Karen I've ever met in my life. To the point where it's so funny because like Karen traditionally is spelled Karen, and I'm giving you a huge shout out, Karen, if you're actually watching this. She's gonna love this. She legally changed her name to Caron, like fucking in the 80s or something. Yeah. And like anytime I read like Karen with a K, I'm just like, that's not my Karen. Yeah, definitely isn't. Because like she's honestly like, she's the last person to fucking complain. She's the best. But I've met so many fucking Karens, man, and like, oh my god.
They're the worst.
Oh my god.
Just stop complaining. And people always complain to the people that like don't get paid. Like that's like, I'm always the guy like, I don't get paid enough to like, I don't fucking care.
I'm not dealing with this.
Like it's not, I've done my part to try to give you the best service I can give you. And if you're gonna still complain, then like go talk to the guy that gets paid.
I have given you my dollar amount worth of fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I have no more to give.
No way. I used to work for the Bradford Exchange for a short minute.
What exactly is that?
It's a place in London. It shouldn't exist. If the Bradford
dismantle the Bradford Exchange.
If the Bradford Exchange goes under in this quarantine, it will have zero effect on the economy at all. And I'm so, for anybody that works there, I don't want you to lose your job, but it's just a call center. And like it's basically like a catalog.
Sorry, that was great.
It's a catalog where old people buy knickknacks of shit that they don't need. Okay. And so it was just like a call center job, and I've never given less of a shit about a job in my whole entire life. And like, so it was incoming calls all the time. Mm-hmm. And it was just people like, I want to fucking buy this train set. And then you had to fucking and they always wanted you to try to upsell stuff. And I never did. Cause it was always like, there was never anything relevant to upsell. And It was like, well, you got to, fucking try to sell them a plate. And you're like, no, what? I'm
They
not.
don't want that
They
shit.
bought a handbag. Why would I sell them a plate? And they're like, just anything. Get them anything.
Just sell the stuff, please, God.
And I remember I had to work like the 23rd of December. So all day was just phone calls of like, why is my shit not here yet? Like it's almost Christmas. And I just spent the whole day just being like, you're absolutely right. This is totally. And I was like, I just buried the company and was like, this is the manager. This is who you're gonna want to call.
No.
And then I had that job through a hiring agency. And I got laid off, but I for sure got fired. And that was fine. I got a new job. And like I worked there for like 3 months. It's never going on a resume. And it's just loaded of stories of like, this job fucking sucks.
Yeah, 100%.
And I also went through a weird, so many people would call, it was also like, it's like an American company. So people are calling from the States. And so many people, I'd be like, yeah, well, no problem. Like, thanks for calling the Bradford Exchange. You have yourself a good day. And like, I'll try. My mom just died, or like I had that a few times, and I had a few in I had 2 in one day, where like I was
Dead moms.
like just in the one
Two
that he
dead
was
moms.
like her mom died, like I think like 2 sisters died, and I was like, what? What is this?
fuck.
I'm selling dolls that look realistic. I don't understand.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Bradford Exchange, you need to hire social workers for all your fucking employees.
Yeah, I was so stoked to get out of that place.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had like, I've given a shit at most of my jobs. I've always been under the impression that like if you're working a job that you fucking hate, like it's just so bad for you, man. Like don't fucking do that shit. But like I definitely did it too. Like I did a ton of door-to-door sales, which was fucking brutal. But I mean like those weren't the ones that I didn't give a fuck the most, because those were like my first jobs in high school, like fucking knocking on doors for Weed Man. Oh man.
Dude, I keep getting emails about that. Or they're like, "You want to work for us?" And I'm like, "I work for a rival company, bitch."
Yeah, exactly.
Get outta
Weed
here.
Man was funny because like it was like such a great like high schooler job. Fucking like people just getting stoned and like people showing up like belligerent drunk. Like they would pick us up out front of the smokers pit. They would recruit people from the smokers pit.
No, well, yeah.
And then
That makes sense.
We would get off school, get picked up at the mall, go walk around, fucking knock on doors. Remember there was one chick that like she just like she made a killing like 3 days in a row. She was like, yeah, I got like 50 signatures. And we're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Quota's like 12 or something. and we were like on the second or third day we were like, well, how are you doing this? Like, what are you doing? She was like, oh, I just tell them like just sign it because I get 50 cents and no one's gonna come knock on your door again.
That's
like,
awesome.
It's like just a blatant lie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I was like, I mean, she made like $15.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's pretty fair, you know. But no, like fucking, I worked at a burrito place. I'm gonna leave them nameless. Aside, Weed Man was hilarious. I have no regrets about that place. So I'll name drop them. But I worked at a burrito place at one point. Could not have given less of a fuck at that job because the guy was such a prick. Like the manager, who I know is not the manager there anymore. Most burrito places are safe, everyone. But oh my god, this guy was such an asshole. I can't even think of examples. He would like charge us full price as employees to like eat there.
Oh wow.
Like he would like be such a narc on like the portion sizes all the time, and it's just like, dude, like, aren't you supposed to like pride yourself in having like big ass burritos?
Yeah.
Like that's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that place sucked. And I worked at one other place I just like could not have given less of a fuck at. And I mean, it's like so bad for like your own esteem too, like your own work ethic.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like doing this shit like 8 hours a day and like you just could not give less of a fuck, it's like you get home and like you want to do stuff that you actually give a shit about, and it's just like, how much effort am I even supposed to put in right now? You know?
Yeah. I had some like military based jobs. Those were okay because I was in high school doing them.
Holy shit! You're in high school working at a military base.
Yeah, but it was like I worked at the mess hall for a bit, and then like I worked at this other like it was called the Canex, but it was like a variety store. But they also sold TVs, and there was a kitchen.
Sick.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. But dude, stole so much food from that place because again, you had to pay to eat there. But like there was cameras, but the camera in the back faced the door, and all the fridges were behind it. So you go to the fridge, and then you could loop around to the grill area. And dude, so like on weekends, and like in the summertime, it's not that busy up there.
Yeah.
So you'd basically be working they put you in by yourself on for like a whole shift on a Saturday or whatever, and like 4 people would come in.
Nice.
So you just go in like so hungover and just make all of the food and just fucking eat it all day.
I'm gonna make a burger and put it on a pancake.
Yeah, just fucking listen to music or whatever, and and it was so easy. It was a pretty good job. I actually didn't mind that place. But
That sounds rad.
it was all right.
Are they
'Cause, like,
hiring?
yeah. Well, like then I got some like
12-hour
you get, like,
days, 4 days a
you
week.
get your buddies to like work there too. So then like the manager fucks up and puts you in together, and you're like, they don't know, fucking hit them.
Yeah.
Thursday night, boys. It's just you and me. Yeah, those jobs are okay though, because like most of the soldiers are like pretty cool. But I had a guy. Oh, dude, I forgot about this story. So at the mess hall, I worked with 2 of my brother's buddies, which made that job fucking worth it because that job sucked. But I took somebody's shift, and then and so like I worked the morning shift, so it was like 5 to like 1 or whatever. And so it's like breakfast time. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm on the line, so you basically just like, do you fucking want the things or whatever? So the plates come in, and then the guy's like, yeah, I was like, you want like pork and beans? And he's like, yeah. And you'd have to ask if they want them on the potatoes or in a bowl. And I just like and I put them on the potatoes, and the guy fucking loses his mind.
No, he's
He was
one
like,
of those don't touch.
He was like, did you just do that? And I was like, what? And he's like, did you just put the beans on my potatoes? And then we're like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh, we'll like get you a new one or whatever. And he's like, no. And he just fucking leaves. And then so like Drew and Sean are fucking loving it, because they would just the rest of the summer they'd be like, man, you really put beans on my day today, Kel. But then that guy came in for lunch and just totally skipped me. And then I think he definitely got in trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
For
he lost
that
his
after,
shit at
yeah,
you.
I just and I was like 14 at the time, so they were like, "You screamed at this kid,
military fucking screaming. Did you just put beans on my potatoes?
Oh man,
that is fucked up.
That was a great dude. Well, there was this other fucking guy that he was like, he would come in like intentionally late every morning and then be like, no, you still gotta serve me. And then Sean, who worked there, his dad was like a high rank in the military, and I don't think this guy knew that. So like Sean kept being like, dude, you can't keep doing this or whatever, and was like trying to reason with the guy, and the guy was like, no, like he would literally come in and take pictures of like all the clocks to try to like, and then eventually this guy just fucking he got like mysteriously transferred, and he like had to come in. He had like a whole letter that he like of apology that he gave to Sean, and then like we'd hear him talking to guys. He's like, yep, just a better job opportunity at this other place. And we're like, nope,
have like better benefits. You know, like,
we're like,
honestly, it's not that bad.
yeah, like you're a piece of shit, and now you're out of here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those jobs are good where you could just like, you could work a shitty job but with your buddies.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the move.
I've done like a few of those. Actually, when I first started working with Charlie, that was the reason I was just like, he was like, yeah, like I'm not really all that stoked on this job, and I was like, yeah, but I mean, like I had to just bully you all day. So that sounds like fun.
That was pretty much, Drew and Sean would just like fuck with me all the time, but it was fun because I was 14 and loved the attention.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when they were in the pot room and they had like it was like leftover cake batter, and Drew just picked up the spoon, and then I'm thinking, there's no way he's gonna do this, and he just looks at me and just fucking throws it on me.
Just instigates a food fight.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you know that you already told me that you were gonna drive me home, right? And then he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, now I'm
I've
covered
got
in
gravy
cake
all
batter.
over my crotch.
Oh man, there was the supervisor's daughter worked there, and she was dating another guy that worked there, and the cook was like in love with this girl. And then one day the girl shows up and she's got like hickeys all over her neck.
Oh, no.
And then the boyfriend is like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't
it wasn't the boyfriend.
No.
Fuck, man.
And so like the cook and this boyfriend like just had a rivalry. So like every morning you'd get like where you were for the day or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Drew and I were supposed to be in the pot room, and then Drew's like, oh man, you see the pot room? And I'm like, no. And he's like, Richard's just got it like fucked up in there. And then so breakfast is over, and Drew and I walk into the pot room, and then Richard comes in. He's like, oh fuck, you guys are in here? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, ah, dude, I thought Zach was in there. My bad. He's like, leave, give me 5 minutes. And he fucking like made everything like so nice. But like if Zach was in there, he would just fucking like mangle the place and be like, fuck you, and clean it up. Like this is weird. This is a weird feud to be having in a kitchen. But all right.
Oh my god. So we're at 50 minutes
We're at
now,
51,
right? Okay. Okay, cool. Why is there no one before it?
Because that's how DAWs work. They give you like a pre-roll.
You
You didn't know that?
I did not know
Dude,
that.
DAWs start at 1 hour. Fuck. Dude, you should have went to school.
I have no education whatsoever. All right, so I was thinking I was gonna make it like a whole ass thing, but maybe we can just do it for like the end of our solo things for shits. Got a what if for you.
Okay.
All right, I've already got an opinion. Julie, you can definitely chime in on this one too, but it's singer related.
Okay.
So, would you rather use the house mic at a DIY venue,
Oh god.
or would you rather load out every piece of equipment for your band?
Oh shit.
Everything. As the singer.
Like all of it, no help.
All of it, no help.
Oh, dude, that's tough, man.
Isn't it?
I mean, I do a lot of the load in load out, which is fucked up.
See, every singer says that, and like I was in that same boat, and like you just do laps. That's
Yeah.
what I do. I just
Yeah.
do laps, so it's like he's got to be going to get something. You know, that's the best way to get away with it, lead singers.
like-
Take note,
Are you gonna help? Like, I'm networking right
bro.
now.
I'm on my way
yeah.
to the van,
Yeah.
dude. I'm going in. I got to talk to the promoter.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want paid or what do you? and then you're in the van driving home, and they're like, "What did we make?" You're like, "Oh no, I didn't talk to the guy.
I have no idea.
I didn't get paid."
I don't know. You look kind of scary.
I mean, I'd have to say, yeah, dude. I'd have to say, load every piece of equipment,
Dude, especially now in today's climate.
Yeah,
But I
well,
mean,
yeah.
like everyone's seen those photos of like it's like mashed potatoes in the fucking microphone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so fucked.
Yeah, I like refuse to do that. It's well, the big joke in our band, like I always say, I'll get the gear to the car or whatever, and then I'll just be like, that's as far as I go. Like I'm terrible at puzzles.
Yeah.
And then Hayden has to figure it out.
I've been with a couple of those.
Yeah, I love that though, because like Nick will start putting stuff in, and then Hayden will come out. It's so classic. Hayden, he'll come out and he'll just go. He'd be like, "What are you guys doing?" And Hayden has to fucking like
Hayden
take
knows the
everything
order of
out.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like Jeff was like that with Radio Caroline. But I mean, like Wally was the Tetris master. I remember
Yeah.
the first time we ever talked on the
Yeah.
podcast. Wally is the fucking Tetris master with loading a van, man. Like it's insane. So it's like you're better off to just put everything in front of the van.
Yeah.
After a while, we all kind of caught on. But I mean, when you call it here, Riley would just fucking dump everything in front of the van.
I believe
It was
that, though.
so bad. But man, as an owner of a DIY venue, and I have house mics. I don't know where they are right now.
Yeah.
But they are fucking disgusting.
And they've never been sanitized.
No, they will. Actually, you know what? As soon as I get home,
Yeah.
fucking this guy right here, all over the house mics.
Bottles.
Oh my god, they're disgusting. So I'm gonna say right now, I would definitely load all the fucking.
Yeah, I would
equipment.
definitely load all the stuff in
Oh
for
my
sure.
God. So note to everyone listening or watching, don't use fucking house mics in DIY venues.
Yeah.
Whenever you get to go back,
And honestly, actually, just as a general rule, if you are a singer, just buy your own microphone.
buy a microphone.
Yeah.
I'm a hypocrite and I'm using Caleb's microphone right now because this is the first time we're doing this.
You did say that you were going
And
to
that, I said I was going to do it, and I brought the tiniest backpack, and also I felt very inclined to bring alcohol because I remember ages ago, I think the first isolation tapes, I said I depleted you of all your whiskey.
Yeah.
So I took the whiskey as a priority, and I completely forgot my microphone and pop filter. So
That's okay.
after this podcast, I will be bringing my own microphone.
Dude, it's okay. I told you I put a force field of prayer around this.
Exactly.
place,
We
so
prayed to
there's
the
no-
Rona gods,
Yeah.
and we are safe.
We're safe.
Yeah, we'll be okay. The patio people, God knows.
Oh yeah, you guys are fucked.
You guys are fucking screwed.
You guys are
I
fucked.
think they're gonna have enough time to completely sanitize every glass. Fuck that.
See, because the problem with like
Oh, it's just beer, water.
the problem with that too is like it's like when you're like I'm fucking cleaning up, and for the first like 20 minutes maybe you're like so efficient,
Going
and then
hard.
you're like don't know if I really need to do
I'm
all
gonna just
of
rinse
it.
this with water. That's what I do. Dude, like I'll fucking go down to my kitchen and I'm like, I got like 5 glasses and they're all in the sink. Rinse it with water. Fuck it. I'm drinking orange juice out of this now.
Yeah, what did I really put in here? Yeah, that's funny. Do you have any more what ifs? Dude, you should have told me. I would have came up with some.
I feel like making one an episode is probably good. We're getting pretty damn close to it.
I might trim some of the there was some silence in there. I might trim out.
That's fair.
That's why. Julie, do you have a what if? Do you have a question for us or something?
Oh, it'd be sweet if we could get a bit from you every now and again.
Yeah.
You gotta say it into the microphone though.
Yeah.
No.
We were trying to do this thing before like a while ago of like, oh, it'd be funny if you asked a question, and then I think we thought about it before Charlie came on, and it was like after he'd cut his hair, and then she was like, I don't know.
Why'd you cut
and
your
then she was
hair?
like, why did you cut your hair?
Exactly what I asked him.
Oh no. I remember that because you did ask him that on screen.
He did,
not?
yeah.
And he was not happy. It was like he gave like that very big smile, like fuck off.
Oh, you noticed? Oh shit.
Yeah, because I busted his balls really hard about that. Actually, Charlie, if you're gonna watch this one, sorry about that, bud.
But don't cut your hair, you fucking
Yeah, probably don't
loser.
do that. I had a huge beard up until about 3 hours ago. I'm kind of regretting that too. Even
dude,
I have a gnarly mullet right now though.
Fucking rocking this, dude.
Yeah, you're ripping the beard. It would have been a fucking very beardy episode if I didn't trim. I've had the opportunity to get regular haircuts from my sister, and I've said no just because mullets are fucking in right now.
Dude, mullets
but
are
like
in.
I've got very fucking, I don't know what it even looks like right now, but I've got very voluminous hair, and I'm hoping that my mullet looks okay. Do I look presentable?
Looks good.
You look fine.
Fucking sick.
Do you have a question there? Look like maybe you had a question.
I don't.
Oh.
No question.
Okay, well, don't
Julia.
look like you have a question if you
don't look so eager.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find that video.
What video?
Of the
bad-
CGI?
The VFX
Yeah.
thing.
You've been looking for that for like
Yeah, I was gonna
28
say,
I
minutes.
don't remember where I showed him from.
Was it TikTok? It's probably
don't
TikTok.
know.
What if you just look it up?
I had
I've
TikTok for about
tried.
2 days and I could not
I
stand
can't.
it.
I know. I keep being like,
The
oh.
format, even just like the layout of it, is like so
weird.
It
I've never
fucking
looked at it.
disoriented me really hard.
What, TikTok?
Yeah, it's like I like just you just fucking scroll and it's one thing at a time.
That's
But it
what
was-
it is. You can
It's
scroll.
the way I had it anyway. Maybe this was like a fucking beta. I don't know. I don't know. It was like fucking tiles of like there's like little ones and it's like the fucking oh my god, I'm trying to think of the show now. It was like fucking just like there's like a big one and then just like 4 fucking little ones all over the place. It was just so disorienting.
Like this?
That's too much for me already.
This is the explore
It's a lot of
page.
movement. It's a lot of
That's
movement.
too much
That's the
for me.
explore
It was
page.
like it seemed like I don't know. It kind of looks like the discover section for Instagram, but fucking
That's what it is. That was the discover section. This is the home. And
yeah
then you
for
just-
TikTok. I'm talking about Instagram.
You said TikTok.
Well, I'm talking about both of them. But I'm comparing the two.
Fucking
No,
whatever,
but,
dude.
yeah, it was too disorienting. It was like a fucking kid, like an ADD kid without its Adderall. You know, it was just fucking way too much.
Yeah.
But like me, basically.
Like me, I'm just all shaky.
It was too relatable.
I'm all shaky. All right, Julie. Well, you really let me down here because I didn't prepare an exit question.
Well, you should have told me before this, and
It's
then
okay.
I
Give
would've got one.
me a what if or would you rather? I don't know.
God, dude.
We can give each other one every episode. And you know what? If you got any silence, we're just gonna fucking edit it out, and I'm just gonna fill the void right now with all the stalling.
I'm trying to think of like a good what if.
I thought of that one while I was grinding up plastic pipe today at about 1 p.m. So that's an excellent would you rather.
Oh man. Okay, I got one side. I need a second side.
You got her.
I mean, your thing wasn't a what if. It was a would you
Yeah, I know. I
rather.
introduced it as a what if, and then it turned out to be a would you rather.
What if Rona was just a conspiracy?
Oh, that's a fucking heavy
I'm
one,
just
man.
kidding. I don't know.
You know what? Actually, like I hate to double up. We can answer this on the next one even. But I thought of a couple what ifs, and like I remember thinking this to myself while I was working, and I was just like, "Am I fucking high right now?" It was like, what if when you put your headphones on backwards, all of the songs played in reverse? Like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Would you ever go to a Gigi Allen show?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's hilarious if
The thing is, like,
nobody knows about Gigi Allen.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what
know
kind of
about him.
what
I
kind of
read
question?
all about him. Fucking the Todd Phillips fucking did a documentary on him, man. Like when he was in school.
There's something on Crave that I haven't watched yet. I think it's like a documentary on him.
Yeah, that's almost definitely not the Todd Phillips because it was like a student film of his. It was like the first thing he ever did. And he's the first person to have seen him dead too.
Oh,
he
wow.
found him and he thought he was asleep. So did like 3 other people, and then he wound up turning blue and shit.
Yeah.
But like the first thing that came to mind when you asked that was, well, I would go, but I'd stand at the back.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that you're never safe. You were never safe at a GG Allen. Like, you would just fucking go to the very back of the fuck. You'd look for, like, the most vulnerable person and, like, smear shit on them.
Yeah.
So,
if you don't know who Gigi Allen is, look it up.
Google him.
But be cautious.
Yeah, Google him. Don't hit images.
Yeah.
Just fucking read the wiki, all right?
If you're gonna open a video, be real cautious.
Yeah, dude. There's videos from his fucking funeral. Open casket. They didn't embalm him.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's fucked up. Don't hit videos either.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna say because I thrive on chaos.
Yeah.
I love that. But
I'd be quick.
I would be wearing like fucking 4 layers of shit just because like fucking people are gonna be like, whether it's Gigi or not, people are gonna be fucking railing India.
That was odd use of a word there.
What's that?
You said I'm gonna be gonna wear 4 layers of shit.
4 layers of shit. You will be wearing 4 layers of shit by the time you leave. That's for sure.
He would just to give you an image, he would do the show naked, and he would take laxatives before the show just to give you an idea of what those videos might entail.
Going in and out of many orifices.
Yeah.
Vomit,
real
spit.
punk rock shit.
Garbage music though.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I've listened to maybe like 10 seconds of one song.
I think actually the how I found it is I watched a Fat Mike Nardwuar interview, and they were talking about Gigi Allen.
Yeah.
And then Fat Mike was like, "Yeah, I was at a show one time and he was talking about the show," and I'm like, "No way, that's real." And then I found a video of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so real."
Because I wind up on those fucking like Google sprees, like you just dig yourself into such a fucking hole all the time. And I forget, because I've Googled Gigi a million times now, and I remember reading the Todd Phillips thing while I was at work once. I was just like fucking just so not doing my job. And and I was reading that whole thing, but I think one time that I did the Gigi Allen Google hole was when I saw the photo of him with Johnny Cash. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It was like Johnny Cash is clearly on stage. And I still to this day have no idea if it's photoshopped or not. But it's like Gigi Allen is in the crowd and Johnny Cash is shaking Gigi Allen's fucking hand.
Weird.
And he's like wearing the helmet and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got the weird Fu Manchu mustache. And yeah, it's Johnny Cash like Rick Rubin era, like big black trench coat and shit, and shaking Gigi Allen's hand on stage to the crowd. The wildest photo I've ever seen. I feel like that inspired me to do a Google search, but I've looked him up so many times. And to answer your question, I'd go. I'd go.
Could you imagine going and not knowing?
No, I could not imagine that. That'd be
wild.
Well, actually, me personally, I probably just wouldn't be able to stop laughing. But I mean, like being a normal human being, someone that's not corrupted.
Yeah.
I could not imagine that. I feel like you would need many years of social work.
Dude. Can you just imagine them being like the Booker though?
Oh my god. No, that's just him at San Quentin or Folsom Prison. It's if you look up Gigi Allen, Johnny Cash, Handshake or something like that maybe. But it's like it must be photoshopped.
It's gotta be.
There's no way. Like I couldn't imagine looking at Gigi Allen. I wouldn't fucking shake his hand.
No way.
Think about like fucking born again Christian, fucking Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Like the guy's probably got shit on his hands.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Most definitely has shit on his hands.
Almost definitely. God.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go. I don't know if I could do it.
Really? I would go for the comedic aspect.
I might stand right by the door.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm a wuss, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like going to hardcore. I wouldn't even call Gigi Allen's not hardcore either. You can crucify me for that if you want, but that guy was just fucking gross.
Who's a fan of Gigi Allen? I don't think I've ever met a guy.
I
that's
know,
like...
I know a lady that is a fan of Gigi Allen, but I feel like she listens to shit music because it's shit.
Yeah.
It's just absurd to me. Like, yeah, that one Gigi Allen song's a fucking bop. Said no one ever.
Yeah, I don't know any of his music.
Is it this one?
Yes, that's the photo.
Oh, that's got to be Photoshop.
It's gotta be fake.
Yeah.
What do you think, Julia? You're the photographer.
It's got to be fake.
You're not saying to the mic. She thinks it looks real.
What do you?
I think it looks real.
Well, what do you know?
I thought it looked real too.
More
That's
than
why
you.
I think I Googled it to be like, is this fucking real? You know what? I bet you Snopes would tell you. But, I mean, not to pressure you to look up Snopes. You can look up Snopes if you
I
want.
don't know what that is.
You don't know what Snopes is?
No.
Oh, Snopes will tell you if something's fucking real or fake news. And they cover fucking everything. They'll cover like local shit. It's like amazing
Really?
things you'll find on Snopes.
I've never been
yeah.
on Snopes.
Oh yeah, dude. If you want to just fact check something, just like
Rip it into Snopes.
ask a question, type Snopes at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, there you go. There's
I
your
swear
little
by
factoid
Snopes.
for the day.
And you know what? 4 years down the line, I'm gonna find out that Snopes is fake news. I'm gonna get
Yeah. If you've read Snopes, you're dumber now.
every
for,
answer is completely
yeah.
backwards.
for having looked at it. No questions, eh, Julia?
Still not.
What have you been doing this whole time?
Look,
For the video?
Look-
Looking
for-
at Gigi
yeah.
Allen videos.
looking for CGI videos of Gigi Allen shaking hands. The important work, the groundwork.
Yeah, of course. Do you have any recommendations? What did I listen to this week? Let's end it off with a rec.
My listen request is "Look What You've Done" by Jet, because of my roommate Bob. We were talking about my new song that we were doing the mixing and stuff, and Bob said it's the Millennial Imagine, which I thought was the best, the funniest fucking comparison I could have ever heard. And then he said it reminds me of this song by Jet, and I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? And he put on "Look What You've Done" by Jet, and if you know Jet but you don't know that song or you're not familiar with that song, look it up, because it is like the furthest possible thing you could think from Jet. But it's an awesome song.
Fuck
For anyone
yeah.
that's feeling piano songs, which I am just all about piano right now. I
Fucking
think it's coming along.
piano. Dude, I bet it's coming along. I believe you.
Thanks.
I'm going to give 2 recommendations. The one was just the one I was going to give, but then I'm on my Spotify homepage, and I was like, oh, I'll just throw that out there.
Oh, well, that one's pretty good too.
So I listened to the new Run the Jewels album last week a bunch, and I never had even really listened to Run the Jewels at all, so maybe a poser recommendation. But
That's like actually their number one stream song.
yeah. But I listened to it, and actually I listened to it before I even knew that Josh Homme was on the album, so not even
wow.
like extra poser thing.
I remember hearing about Run the Jewel recently, and I feel like it was because of some feature. It wouldn't have been Josh Homme though.
Probably not.
Are there any other features?
Well,
on
like
that
the
album?
oh yeah, like the single that was like has Pharrell Williams and Zach De La Roca on it.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been it. Wait,
Well-
like the fucking Rage Against the Machine guy
Mm-hmm.
and Pharrell Williams.
Mm-hmm. It's a good song. It's good
Dude,
shit.
that's my recommendation. To you, man.
Okay.
Come on.
Yo, you want to listen to it after this?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, I haven't even listened to the EP yet, but I already know it rips. Crownlands put out an EP.
Yes, I haven't listened to that yet either. I saw the Instagram clip and I was like, this sounds fucking tasty.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to it yet, other than the single that they put out off of it a couple weeks ago. But it definitely rips. So for sure, listen to it. 'Cause
And
I'm
we're gonna listen to that
And we're
after
gonna
this too,
listen to
for
it.
sure.
So fucking yeah, cool. I mean, I don't know anything else to say.
I have one watch recommendation.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
even really a recommendation. I've been watching Hannibal, that fucking TV series.
Oh,
Hannibal.
really?
It's pretty good.
Dude, we've been watching Modern Family, so make sure you check that out.
We're watching this crazy show. It's called Modern Family.
Yeah.
It's like really wacky. Honestly, like really good fun for the whole family.
Yeah. Yeah, when we started watching it,
Yeah, our recommendations are Modern Family and Hannibal.
Julia was like, "Is it ever explained why they're doing this stuff?" Because like at the end of The Office, they like explain what's going on.
What is so? By the way, The Office, like what what is the whole purpose?
Well, just and like how the last season they like start acknowledging the fact that it's like for a documentary.
No, they've
Yeah.
done that throughout the whole
Well,
show.
they
the last
acknowledge the cameras, but what do they say? What the purpose of the documentary is?
Not really. The last season that like they start like
No.
bringing in like boom operators and stuff.
Okay.
And then like the last season is more like the show's over, and then it's like the whole point is like the show is the documentary basically of it's like just supposed to be like
Yeah.
a
Is there-
documentary on the American workplace.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I
on,
knew
like,
that, but like, do they
the
have like
paper
some
company.
summative statement of like, oh yeah, this is what the whole documentary is supposed to be about?
Is it the last episode or one of the last episodes they do like a premiere where like all the people are on stage and stuff and they
Oh,
do,
cool.
Yeah, so
No,
they do that in the
that's-
show.
They
Oh,
did the
God.
premiere in season.
Hey, can I say something
I
that's
think it was
annoying?
last season.
What's that?
So
What?
so for a couple like years, I mean, especially since Julia started this job, I was like, you should like try getting some podcasts or whatever. And she's like, yeah. So she started listening to the podcast that is Pam and Angela's like
It's the Office Ladies.
it's the Office
Yeah.
Ladies, and they break every episode of the podcast is an episode of The Office.
And they just commentate
Yeah.
on the Office,
Yeah,
and
and
you've
they
watched
can-
every episode clearly.
so
Obviously.
Julia has watched The Office like a million times.
I've watched almost all the episodes and completely out of order though.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
imagine
Cable.
this. So
Fucking casual.
So, first off, before the podcast,
Mm.
she would just say punchlines before they happened.
Oh my god.
But
you're one of
now,
those fucking
but
people.
now, every time I watch The Office, apparently I've put on the commentary version because
No, stop
Julia
doing
goes,
that.
"Did you know that in this episode?" I'm like, I don't
Fun
fucking.
fact for you.
And I feel because like I was like, hey, I don't want to be an asshole. Like, it's super cool that you're listening to this podcast, but I don't want to watch The Office if this is what's gonna happen.
That's like me when I like if I'm hammered and I'm like, you gotta watch this movie, and then like I'll put on like It Might Get Loud, and I'm like, that's not even the guitar that you actually used. Like I just start fucking
Yeah.
narrating the whole fucking thing. It's like no one gives a fuck, especially on a first watch.
Yeah.
Like just let them fucking watch it.
So I think I was like, you get like 2 an episode. Figure
Yeah.
out what 2 really fun
Chime
facts
in
are.
a couple times,
But not every scene. Don't
Oh
tell
my
me
God.
what's going on.
They're just such good.
I know, and I appreciate
facts.
your excitement, and I do like that. But it's tough
I have
to
no
watch.
one else to tell except for you.
I know, and like I said, I appreciate it, but it's so hard to watch something and just be
Oh
like,
my
did you
God.
know that they were going to use a different tie on Michael, but they chose that tie because
Okay,
he
that
spilled,
was not
he
a
spilled
real thing.
yogurt on the other one.
that's a fake fact.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm sorry. So what you were initially saying was, do they ever acknowledge the thing in Modern
Oh
Family?
yeah, and I don't know if they do. Because I haven't actually seen the end of Modern Family, and we're just
Yeah,
on like
me
season
neither.
5 right now.
Is there an end to Modern Family?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
it's season
finished.
10.
Just finished.
And they just put everything on Netflix.
Because I know how The Office ends. At one point, because like I said, I've watched, I swear it must be every episode out of order because I watch on fucking cable television
Right.
like a normal human being when I lived at home.
I don't know if it's
I-
normal anymore.
That's not very normal at all. You watch it on streams now.
Not anymore.
But well, when I was a fucking kid, when did it even wrap up? The Office.
2013.
Right. So I still
wow.
would have been living at home at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
So like a normal human being
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
Period. Correct. But I was just like, I don't think I've seen the very last episode. I need to find out if I've seen it. So I read it on Wikipedia. I do that all the time. I'll fucking if I'm very curious about something, or I think it's gonna be a waste of money for me to fucking go watch it in a theater, I'll just read the fucking movie. Or the show or whatever, and I read the last episode, and I was just like, yeah, that's basically exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Michael's leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Maybe he's not though.
Yeah, they wrap it up.
Julia's just losing her fucking
yeah.
mind.
That
over
was
there
the
'cause I'm
saddest
trying to-
fucking episode of the whole thing.
Yeah, she cries every
yeah,
time.
fucking
She's seen
whatever.
it like 18 times.
I do cry every
The
time.
best episode is where fucking what is it? Pam and what's the fucking other guy's name? Jim.
Jim.
Jim fake proposes like 60 times. That's the fucking best
Yeah,
episode.
What?
He gets down on
Oh,
one knee. He's
right.
like, oh, I gotta tie my shoe or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the best one
Uh,
for sure.
Yeah.
No.
So
or,
I mean,
or when Kevin spills the chili.
yeah.
You nerd.
definitely.
That's
You
a
gotta
good one.
undercook
Oh,
the
God.
onions.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
We'll do a whole episode where you can just talk about The Office.
I'm down with that. That sounds like a great episode.
You can give Craig a rundown of all 8 seasons in 30 minutes or less.
There's 9 seasons.
You're gonna look at the waveforms, and it's gonna be Julia like the whole thing, and me just nothing, and I'm just gonna be drinking.
There's 9 seasons.
Yeah. You're gonna skip one season, and then we're gonna see who notices.
Everybody.
Oh, that'd be a fun way to do it, where you skip an entire season and just see who notices.
Yeah.
Or if they get which season you skipped correctly.
Yeah. You should do it
because it's gonna be a 3-hour podcast. Yeah. They'll test who's listening to the entire fucking podcast.
Who's listening to everything? Yeah, that's funny. All right. Well, yeah, man. Fucking, that's probably good.
We did it, guys.
Yeah.
We did a podcast within 6 feet of each other. No one burst into flames.
Yep.
This is the most I've talked on one.
Stay tuned for a post 2 weeks from now to see if we have Rona.
Yeah, we're gonna isolate right here. We're actually not gonna get up for 14 days.
There's gonna be a lot more podcasts because we can't leave now.
We're gonna stock up.
Every day is a stay tuned post. I was thinking it'd be funny if like we spent a whole episode ripping on people that do stay tuned posts, and then that just becomes our brand.
Yeah,
stay tuned posts. Yeah.
Well, we could do like stay tuned next week. Maybe then we'll have actual topics.
Yeah, and we'll have like actual sponsors. We'll do voicemails.
Toboggan, I'm fucking serious, man.
Yeah, that would actually be dope. Toboggan. We'll get more listeners though.
Yeah.
We need more than for the 7 of you that listen every week. Tell a friend. If each of you tell a friend, that'll be 14 listeners. It'll be like let's do a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. A person for every day that we're going to be
Yeah. Alrighty. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.